to play a defensive style here. Take a look here, right? Eternal Empire was the veto of Zest, and Golden Wall was the veto of Armani. I think this tells you all you need to know, because Eternal Empire is our longest map. It's the macro map. It's the hardest one to attack people on. You get longer late games. So Zest is avoiding that. And Zest is a player who likes timing attacks. So I think Armani needs to be on defense this match.
Game one's ready. Let's go to death, Aura. Right now, Zest is living paycheck to paycheck here.
Yeah.
As far as mining goes, he's actually going to also snipe down the mothership. Again, great harpooning here. You know, as even though corruptors can be somewhat costly compared to carriers,
Yeah.
corruptors are like air zergling Zartosis.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
You're almost happy when they die.
Yeah, you don't care when they die. You can make more of them or make something else.
Yeah. Well, the thing is, and honestly, this game, Armani's just outplaying Zest.
Yeah. Well, this is pretty cool considering how confident Zest was coming into this today. He said he was going to 3-0 and leave the studio immediately.
Yeah.
Right now, Armani has dragged this game out by defending everything, and there's just a lack of opportunities on the map right now. You can also see that even as the carrier fleet over here is hitting the left side, on the opposite side of the map, we have Armani just expanding.
Yeah.
You just go where the army's not. And there's not a lot to stop, for instance, Infest or play. Look at that, long distance mining. Not a lot to stop the Vipers from continuing to harpoon. And as long as the Zerg is patient, I believe the Zerg can eke out ahead. Now, you got to be careful. If you misplay against an army this big and lose the fight, then they can snowball it to a win.
That was cute.
Yeah, that was funny.
He stole a High Templar and stormed the army.
Yeah.
Okay, so the Ultra's coming in. They're going to clear everything underneath in a matter of seconds.
And without protection underneath the army, it's very hard to actually pull anything off. The carriers are going to be going down. Now, the Corruptors are just going ham on the remaining carriers, as half the infestors, or half the carriers have been immobilized by the infestors. This should basically be the end of the game here.
Yeah.
Armani did it. He won in a drawn-out macro game. Again, Zest not known for being an amazing late-game macro player, more of a timing player. GG, Armani punishes. We got to see exactly how the execution of the attack goes down, but yeah, Armani looks very, very good. And again, we kind of thought Zest was going to be playing more of an aggressive series. I guess we still have plenty more games potentially to cast here, but for now, Zest has really modified his style, but Armani has also modified his whole approach to the matchup and has planned very well.
Look at this. Baneling drops +2 is about to finish. So again, you can see these little adjustments. The Void Rays are no longer in a defensive formation. They're with the main army. So the Baneling drop that's coming in, if Zest does not see it instantly, he's going to lose a huge chunk of his economy. Now Zest is going for a bit of an attack here. Baneling speed not quite done, but lots of Banes being made.
Okay, these Hydras doing a lot of damage to the Void Rays. The Zealots need to come in there to get in the front. Again, we want to watch for Banelings connecting here. Psystorm was forgotten. Psystorm is not there. He just started getting it.
Okay, some Stalkers being made. That should be anti-drop Stalkers specifically. Oh, man.
By the way, the chrono boost there on the Templar Archives as the Overlord flies over it. You don't oftentimes get to notice your opponent forgot an upgrade.
Well, look at this. Just good old Lingbane Hydra.
Psystorm is one of the really powerful weapons against Banelings, because if you can blanket the area correctly, the Banelings just can't connect to their targets. But with Psystorm still probably about 20 seconds out, there's not going to be much that you can do here. And this is just an insane amount of damage. The Banes are going to go right to the Templars. They're forcing an Archon morph.
Oh my god. Well, that means no storms. And how do you clear all this then?
Yeah, well, that's it. GG Armani 2-0.
He needs to do things with this. You can't just pressure with this.
Now, if the Zerg doesn't respect the possibility of how much damage is here, the Zerg can lose. But this is, you know, although, you know, Zest is really what, you know, popularized. He's the guy who made this build trendy in a lot of ways. He's the person who was unstoppable with Adepts, especially at the start of Legacy of the Void. I got to point out, man, like, this is something every Zerg is pretty good at holding now.
Yeah. Yeah.
It was very strong right in the middle of 2020 here, but you know, the Zerg's adapted pretty fast. He's not going to commit with those shades yet. You only have so many moments you can try to shade in here. Now, Zerg is making 5 drones. So there's going to be a little bit of
yeah, I think he realizes he has enough for now.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Link's coming in at just the right time. Has to cancel once again. Looks like Zest may have hit a slight supply block there, but has those pylons up now. Yeah, look at this. Zest is on 35 workers, so like it doesn't seem like there's another follow-up plan here. This counterattack is very scary. Zest has to dive now, I think.
Yeah, this may force a fight, which may just be playing right now into the hands of Armani. He's going to come forward now. He's able to isolate some of these queens here. Zest is taking out a Ravager. Here come those Links. Decent surround here. It looks like the Adepts want to shade into the third unless he decides to cancel.
Yeah, it's a good shade. I mean, he's got so many Adepts, those Lings going for the counterattack. It's a scary thing, but Zest knew he had to jump right then.
Yeah, this may be enough damage here. Again, you're trying to isolate the units. A good surround here. Not enough Corruptors here to try to shoot down the Warp Prism. So I think he's going to get a Warp in here as he then shades into the main to combo this all together. GG, Zest takes game 3.
All right.
You know, I think we're going to get a much better idea of where he's at here. Because this is one of the games where, like, if you're way better than your opponent as a Zerg, you can still win.
Yeah, yeah. We're going to have to see what type of tactics he takes for taking this fight. The 4th base can't be held, so if he tries to defend it at all against this, then that's going to be a loss. Oh, man, it's tough.
Yeah, he's going to have to cancel this.
Yeah.
Not even enough creep for the Zerg to try to take a fight over here. Another Overseer goes down.
This area is too thin.
Yeah.
Look at this. Like, he's got a good amount of Ravagers, so that's his saving grace here.
He might be able to actually pick off the Warp Prism.
Yeah.
Good cancel, Zest.
He wanted that Stalker Warp in, but you have to. And look, a move like that is good for
Armani.
Armani.
My God.
Oh.
Just now noticing this. There's one DT over here.
Yeah, that's a nice move.
I love this. He's going to go hide it again.
It looks like this is about to be 2-2. I can't... Oh, I was recalling it. That's hilarious.
That seems a bit excessive. But,
yeah, a little bit.
Okay, he's going to come in now. The force field's going down. This is a very good arc right now for Protoss, especially with the force fields coming in here, boxing in a lot of these roaches.
I tell you, those Biles killed a lot of sentries very, very quickly there, so maybe not the best control from Zest, but does it actually matter? He has so much more than Armani right here. Now, Armani is doing a counterattack with some Lings.
I don't think it's going to be enough.
No.
I think no matter how many probes you kill with your Lings, you're not going to stop this army from running over and destroying your entire base. And Warpins over time will clean those Lings up. 3 Immortals, too many Stalkers to count. And now over here, in between all of the possible rally points, the Roach Warren, everything else, we're going to see GG here. Yeah, DTs alone can clean this up. Beautiful play here by Zest. The comeback is real. We're going to be going into game 5. Right now tied up 2-2. Armani was close to 3-0ing this. Zest with the comeback. Zest, and it didn't work. And Zest, because the surprise didn't work, Zest took a lead. He handled it well, and he just drove that to its logical conclusion, which is Protoss stays ahead and wins. This game, I think Armani's going to play, I imagine, safer. I don't feel that Zest has proven that he can win with really drawn out attack like with the Stargates and everything else like that. I think, yeah, I think adept timing is in order, and I think since we've only had one that he did that worked, I think you do a different variation of one, maybe the same one, I'm not sure. But if, yeah, to answer your question, if I had to see that, I think Zest needs to go lean into his aggressive style that has worked in the past.
Okay, well, he is making the Twilight, so.
Yep. And again, the only reason
it's likely that you're right.
The only reason why I think this is the way to do it is because we've neglected this play for most of the series, with the exception of one game. A lot of the games that we've seen Zest lose in the past, he gets 1 or 2 wins off, but he's doing the same kind of style over and over. And by then, the Zerg has pretty much figured out everything they need to adjust to.
Yeah. Okay, well, I guess what's left to see is how many gates he's going to end up making here to see how committed he is to this
22 links.
Wow.
22 Zerglings here coming out.
Okay.
That's now you get Zerglings against this build, but not that early.
No, he's going for a bust.
Yeah.
With the drones,
Wow.
with the drones! Oh my god.
Oh no. Oh, well. Is he going to be ready?
He's got multiple areas he can rewall.
Yeah, that's true. The question is,
Zest might be all right here. Let's see how quick he reacts. Here it comes. Okay, he's got that second. Oh, the drone's getting in the way. It's so hard to rewall in a situation like this.
the drone's getting a little bit weaker. The legs just spill through.
Uh-oh, really bad news right here. He's trying to make shield batteries. They're not coming up in time.
Nothing even to shield battery with here. The pylon's going to go down, stopping the warping.
Oh my
Armani's
God.
done it.
Yeah, that is going to be that. GG, and Zest is out in the round of 8. Armani, on his first round of 16, makes his first round of 8, which brings him into his first round of 4.
So crazy. What a story. Okay, our players are in the lobby, and the game countdown has started. This is a best of 5 with Maru and Trap. The winner goes on to face Armani in the round of 4 in Season 3 of the GSL Code S. We're going to start this out on Death Aura. Let's go. Keep in mind, it looks like Trap is probably going to take a 4th of his own pretty soon here. It seems like he's due for that. But Trap is not responding in time to this Widowmine drop.
Oh my God, it actually does so much. He didn't even throw the 3rd mine. It could have been even more, but 14 probes is a gigantic connection.
But look at the Protoss counterplay on the map here. This isn't very much, and these Phoenixes can eventually kill the Medivacs off, which means this is going to go all the way back to the Terran's 3rd.
Yeah, I think Terran has enough here, though. Maru has a big army waiting at his 3rd base, and even though he loses all that, doesn't seem like anything much is going to happen.
I'm really starting to worry for Trap as far as these Widowmine drops go.
Yeah, some more damage being dealt right there.
Nice tag there by the Oracle. And finally, that will be picked off. So as Terran is secured to 3rd, Protoss is taking the 4th. Now, most games, the Protoss tends to be slightly ahead in expansions, at least in the current meta of PvT here. But I do wonder, can Trap take this expansion lead and try to keep it going? Because Maru's supply is actually far superior as far as army goes. Mm-hmm. Maru has more army overall.
Yeah, and I mean, Trap is trying right now to get into Colossus. And if he can get into Colossus, his army can actually have a lot of value. But when you start getting to some of these higher critical masses, charge lots are not going to do it. Like, look at this. Man, the Phoenixes are almost wasted supply. There's no way.
Yeah,
there's
he's going to
no
try to get
way.
some lift-offs over here, but this is so many stimmed units. Luckily for him, he can run away quickly. But this is going to allow the Terran to then push up to 12 o'clock and possibly take out this expansion. We see Trap trying to brace for impact, but I just see too much of everything Terran here for Maru. Good dodge there on the Widow Mines, splashing down the infantry. And yeah, this is too much. GG, Maru takes game 1. Terran is already putting real pressure on here. How many units can you really warp in to try to harass when you're at risk of losing your 4th base right over here?
Yeah, it is certainly very tough. Oh, that was
actually, that was fine.
shot.
Yeah. But he does pick up. He's still going to be damaging this location, taking out Archons as well.
Yeah, it was good micro there by Maru. He ends up picking up the Disruptor. So targeting the siege tanks left alone will be picked off.
Good sniping of the Disruptors. Now, Maru has survived the harass. He's matching the Protoss in expansions. He has, I believe, almost all of his Medivacs. I don't think he really lost any this game.
Yeah, I think you're basically right about that.
And that means he's got a lot of healing. Keep in mind, you know, Protoss shields, they do regenerate. Their HP does not. But you can take a big fight, go back and heal everything, regroup, and probably attack in. And the Protoss army is just a little bit squishier here.
He's coming back in for another attack. Not a lot of units over here. Trap a little bit out of position to deal with this, and he's bleeding a few units off immediately. Does throw out the disruption ball. The Colossi coming down. I think he will end up pushing this back.
Yeah, the Colossi positioning is really good. He does take one out. But every time Protoss tries to fight back, he's going to have to fight through a lot of splash damage.
Maru's being very efficient on these attacks, to be honest. He's whittling down a lot of very high-value units and not losing his own high-value units like those medevacs.
Yeah, he's basically reducing the complexity of the Protoss' army over and over. Oh my gosh. Run! Yeah, he's keeping, you know, the disruptor count down or killing a Colossus here or there. And now Maru's going to try to engage once more here.
Oh, look at this attack onto the 4th base. So once again, Trap a little bit out of position, comes up, throws down one disruptor ball, does a good job there. The second one hits as well.
Oh man, this is too little too late here. Just Colossi and disruptors, 1 or 2 stalkers as well.
But some charge lots there from the north come down to help out as well. It looks like Trap's army 2 split here. The flank of the Colossus not doing a good job.
That's
GG, Maru gonna win game number 2.
I think you're probably right. I also like the fact that Trap is leaning in a little bit here. He's going to come out again, making it uncomfortable. Now, Maru might counterattack, but then I guess you could just get pushed and killed, right?
Yeah,
I mean,
you can kill him right here. This is
here.
not enough to hold this at all, not even close. You see Maru immediately running away with everything that can run.
Yeah.
And this base is lost.
The Ghost Academy's in this area as well. That can be picked off here too. Here's that other Warp Prism. Now this is going to allow him to continue to reinforce.
Yeah, I think Maru's going to have to try to flank this, but it doesn't seem that likely to work. That is such a beefy army from Trap right now.
Yeah, well, it's also an odd position for Maru. He has a small amount of Marauders that can't really meet up with the group. The 3rd base is being lifted off.
You know, maybe with some clutch EMPs, he can actually end up clearing this. Brings his SCVs into fight as well. Where's his flank? Okay, the unit's coming up from behind. Vikings doing their jobs right now. The Prism goes way back for another warp in as well.
Yeah, now the Colossi have been picked off, but I mean, at this point in time, I think you can win the game without the Colossi.
Yes. Colossi no longer really matter in this situation, I think. You know, he can just make a hell of a lot of gateway units. He's got his 2nd Robo up. Start making those disruptors. Maru barely holding on. He's at less than half the workers.
Okay. Again, Trap continuing to grow. Right now, Maru is so close to being killed off in this game.
Right, nice
Radiant
EMP.
Piece, hey, he shaved off those Archons. That's pretty good. The problem is that actually there's so many Stalkers and Zealots. There's more than there is infantry. Rarely is that ever a winning factor in a fight like this, but it counts, especially now that he's rebuilt it with a few more Archons. He still has that Colossus doing the splash damage. Even though Marauders counter Colossi, if the number gets that low, there's nothing you can do. This fight has to be won here by Terran, and I just don't think the math is there. GG! Trap takes game 3. I think right now the game plan here is to try to have some unusual openings here that might catch Maru off. I mean, keep in mind, you're always a little bit vulnerable if you're getting 3 CCs right away. There's not a lot you can do as far as aggression. If you are being aggressive, you could be punished. But there's also specific builds you can do to try to come in and pierce the defenses that the Terran has. But this is that build we saw before. Does he just stay put, or does he push with this at all?
With, do you
No,
mean
he wouldn't push with this, excuse me. I was thinking of game 2, but I forgot. He got the 3rd CC later in game 2.
Yeah, if you get the 3rd CC, you got to sit a little bit longer. You know, your upgrades are about halfway, and you're trying to add your more barracks at that point. But yeah, I'm not sure what Trap is doing with these glaives. Like, I thought it might be that bunker buster, but this is like a 3-base build, and he's got a very middle amount of units. I'm not exactly sure what the plan is here. Like, is this weird amount of Adepts supposed to do something?
I don't know. I mean, he's going to have to make it work. The Warp Prism's going to come out. That always, in a game like this, signals the push inbound. But, you know, Terran seems to want to push too. Now, this means somebody's wrong.
And
he only showed a chunk of his army, though.
It's Maru that's wrong, I'm pretty sure.
I think so. I think there's never a game where you both just attack into the middle of the map and fight each other. That's not.
Yeah.
All right, here we go. Here we go.
Oh my gosh! And look at this. The Void Ray is getting on top of everything. Oh, and he actually does the shade through, but wait, no, it was Trap that was wrong.
Yeah, this is not a thing. GG. Okay.
Yeah, that. Okay, so
what?
Trap's build there really.
You know what happened there?
It seemed like garbage. And then I was like, no, I mean, I guess it should be able to do something if Trap did it, but no, tasteless. It didn't do anything.
It's one of those things where one of the best players is doing something different.